What's going on out there, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Dot Connect Wednesdays. This is episode 77. This one is called Trump's in Office. What's next? All right. So we've been building up to this. We got a wild ride in front of us. All right. These first 100 days are going to be super pivotal. But we're going to get into it in a second. My name is Champ Bobbitt. This is Steve Bayonne. We at you guys' neck, man. It's game time. Steve, what's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Busy and tired. Busy and tired. Yeah, I've been mining a lot of my investments. When you're building this academy, you don't realize how much time you put into others, and then you kind of forget to pour into you. So back in the gym, started yoga today,
Dope.
feeling good. So that's the tip I'm on now. I'm back to taking care of me.
Right, that's it, man. That's it.
Yeah, plussing up the bags. Um, Protecting the assets, just figuring out new ways to, you know, just to kind of keep things in tow. So I have a good friend of mine who's a tech guy. He's a nerd in the space. And I talked to him the other day about beefing up security in the house. And he gave me some, actually, he's putting some suggestions together. I don't know whether to get him on a call to maybe shoot a masterclass for it, but we have that coming to you guys of how to increase the internet at your home security, right?
That's
So
it.
we're thinking about all things now. So that's going to be next on our security protocol. So we're going to put a little mini course together. Of course, new laptop, take everything off. Start to separate the wallets. If you have multiple wallets, you're just setting up multiple profiles on your computer. Because I have multiple wallets for my kids, myself, my wife, and I'm just setting up different profiles. So that way, when I leave one profile to go to the next, I could have Ledger Live 4 or 5 times. So that's a gift
Love
right
it.
there for you guys. This is all the things that we do. So who's not in the academy, just drop a one in the chat if you're not a current member of the academy right now. All right, listen, drop the enrollment, $50 a month, get enrolled, right? Because a lot of these dot connect calls, I'm gonna give less and less plays out. Just gonna report the news at that point and then connect some dots. But all the days of like giving away projects and doing all that, that's over. That's going to be in house. We'll have our members only meetings. You'll get emails and text messages and posts within the academy. I'm pouring into the academy now. So if you want to go back to all the YouTube videos, go right ahead. Everything's in there that you need for the most part. Um, Another big thing that we're doing this month is we're updating the foundation course, and we're updating the correspondence with how we speak to the members. So we're going to start to create a course syllabus. So just kind of a lot of the new members, I just don't want to leave them hanging like that because they didn't have like one-on-one time with us. So we're going to start to tell you which courses to take first, and then we'll start to give you guys like a coming soon of what's the what new courses are coming. So I know we're working on tokenization, real world assets. We have that security protocol. We just dropped a high level, I think it's like high level documents. We got a bunch of
Mhm.
PDFs online from governments, this country and different countries, World Economic Forum. So what we did was we gave you guys the exact the full PDFs, and then we summarized it for you so you can kind of get the gist of like what they're saying about cryptocurrency. For a lot of you newbies, there's a lot of information coming out online fast, and it may seem like you're behind, but you're on time, right? Because if you feel like you're playing catch up, then you're moving pretty erratic, and I can see that as being somebody's biggest downfall because not everybody has the wealth you think they have in crypto. I shot a live today. It's on all our pages. So if you want to go back and look at the live today, I broke down the Trump coin. I gave you guys Deck Screener, right? That's a good tool. So you
Yeah.
can know how to research projects. And I can't stop people from doing meme coins, but I can sure as hell give you the tools to show you like, what to look out for. And at the end of the day, you're going to make your own decision anyway. But I would tell you, before you buy a meme coin, you better hold a solid asset with a cold storage wallet.
X.
Because what's going to end up happening is the same thing that happened with Dogecoin during that time, where everybody was just so fixated on Dogecoin or so fixated on Bitcoin that you're missing all the immense opportunity that cryptocurrency has to offer because you're chasing a dollar in a dream. It's digital lottery, guys. That's all it is. Um, yeah, Trump and then ran the score up. So understand, your president is not only like running the show, but he's also orchestrating it, and he's putting out meme coins, and he's putting out DeFi coins, right? So that's all I'm dropping on y'all tonight. So if I'm gonna drop the link in here, this is I was actually doing a KYC on there. I did my research on the coin, and I'm in. I don't know how he could lose at this point. So do your own research. This is the World um, Financial coin, right? World Liberty Financial. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically shape a new era of finance, be defiant. I love that. I love everything about that. So it's a DeFi platform. You know, it's the Trump family situation, and they're basically looking to shape the future of decentralized finance through this coin. So if you don't know what that means, this is why we always tell you that there's no point in selling crypto because they're going to have these DeFi protocols that are going to allow you to, um, provide you liquidity for your assets. So they can give you, I don't know, 40% LTV, 50% LTV. So they're basically giving you loans based on your holdings. And shit, don't let the price go opposite because then they're going to start to liquidate and take those coins from you. So with Donald Trump at the head of the table, I just can't see it failing. And this is not the Trump meme coin because he'll
Yeah.
tell you, he's like, I don't even know. They put it out. He was honest about it. Newscaster asked him, like, well, you made a lot of money. He was like, well, how much? He's like, billions. And he laughed. And then he had some guys behind him. He was like, man, that's peanuts to these guys behind. And I mean, the laugh was like, I'm just letting you know the velocity of money is about to change. They control everything around it. They got everybody out who is giving friction. You understand? So rules and regulations are about to be set forth. Those dudes took their seat at the table. I mean, you see it with the Trump coin. You're able to, $39 billion is the value of his wallet right now. He holds 80% of that meme coin. So again, don't focus on like what Donald Trump did. Focus on the power of like what can happen when people come together. And it wasn't even so much like retail investors because Binance had a big bag. I showed right on the live. Go watch the live, guys. Trust me, it's worth it. Kraken is on there. Bybit had a big bag. And I mean, these guys were putting in like $500 million. So this is just where we're at right now. So when they start to pick the coins that are the chosen ones, it's either you in or you out. But you could see how fast they could run the score up. He literally cracked damn near the top 10 without any cosign from Coinbase, Robinhood, like the usual suspects.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The one thing I did pick up this week from buying, because I haven't bought in a little bit, meaning like a frenzy of buying, is when I went back onto the Phantom wallet. That's the Solana ecosystem. Solana's on fire right now. All right. All these projects are sitting on Solana. So when I went to purchase from the Phantom wallet, what I did notice was there were so many different ways to on ramp now. Back in the days, you just had to bring the stuff over and just figure that part out. Now it integrated with Robinhood. It's integrating with Coin Wallet, Coinbase's wallet. Moon Pay was on there. So what I
Yep.
did was I went to Robinhood first. Still have a Robinhood account, and then I loaded funds from Robinhood, and it went directly to my Solana wallet. Now I'm thinking the message said up to 24 hours. It took a couple hours on the first transaction. I was like, yo, this is bullshit right here. And I think part of it was just probably security because the second transaction I did with them went through instantly. So, just keep that in mind, guys. So the reason that particular information was key for me is because now I'm seeing why they were doing the choke point situation. Because once you can move the liquidity and put it wherever you want, now you allow the players who you want in place, right? So Robinhood, Coinbase, I'm sure crypto.com would be next. Uphold kind of sits in its own world for some odd reason. So And these are decentralized exchanges that are connecting to centralized exchanges. Y'all see where this is going? All of it is good for the ecosystem because it just shows me that one, the connection points are being made, and two, it's going to be a lot easier for common people to be able to get money in the markets. I would say within a couple months, even this year by summer, you're going to start to see the banks having custody over Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So now you'll be able to go on to your Bank of America, fast track, and you'll be able to buy it directly from your bank account without even having to. Hopefully, they don't charge Coinbase fees if they want to like take that market from Coinbase. I can tell you that education is the number one driver right now, right? Because there's just people just FOMOing into things and they don't even really know what they're doing. They just don't want to miss out on it. I have a ton of people. My phone's ringing like crazy now. Like everybody who wasn't listening before, clearly they're listening now, which is fine. I expect that. And, links in the bio, you got to take the course, holding people accountable. I have a couple more moves to do with the academy. And on the 101 tip, I'm out. Like, don't ever ask me a question that is just not high level. I'm like a mime online now. Less and less accessible. I'll do these dot connects though. These are cool. But yeah, all that teaching and open this wallet and move this here and open your cold storage wallet and read the instructions. Like I've said that too much. Like I don't even want an AI agent repeating that shit. Just do the work.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Just do the work. If you think it's meme coins, then that's the level that you at, and you're gonna get exactly what you're looking for. And hopefully you get that dollar in the dream. You know what I'm saying? Because when I saw the numbers, JD Vance, clean house. All the wallets that I showed people from the deck screener how to see which wallets were connected to Donald Trump. And clearly he's in bed with Kraken, Bybit, Binance. Binance is the number 2 holder of that coin, the Trump coin. So that's telling me everything that I need to know right now. This train is about to leave the yard. And when you miss the infrastructure projects, that's fine. All right. There's still time because there's going to be, what we talk about the 2030 and beyond. Those are more mass adoption projects. So we have it all for you and everything in between. You understand? You just have to start accumulating those projects now. Those I would consider those like the V chains. To write that down, you got it. I've been saying that for years, so that ain't like a big one.
Right.
Um, but outside of that, do your research on this DeFi protocol that Trump is starting. I'm watching it. I'm gonna invest in it. I'm telling you that now. And it's not for you to do it. I'm just telling you. Right now, they only have about well, not only, but they sold over 22.5 billion tokens. And there's less than 2.5 billion remaining. All right, guys. The total, listen, this shit is almost sold out. Put it that way. All right. Play around if you want to. Um, the wild part about that is Bitcoin only has 21 million, right? These dudes came out with however much billion, and he's damn near sold out already.
Mhm.
So that's a lot of heavy hitters. Um, you can get on, you can research kind of the holders and things like that, and you'll start to see, kind of where this project is going. But this one's for the big boys. And
Yeah.
I think it's too big to fail. And it's 5 cents, just so you know. Five
That's the wor-
cents.
that's the world liberty, right?
That's the World Liberty. Yeah. So it's WLFI token. But
Yes, sir.
I would go right to that domain and start your research from there. I'll drop it again.
I got you.
So the foundation is being updated. If you're new to the foundation, don't worry about it. Just keep going. What's going to happen is everybody's going to get an email and we're going to tell you exactly what we updated. And even if you took it before, there's just new information that's coming out now. And we're just giving refreshers. We're giving out new information. For anybody that's on the auto trader, got something for you. I got something nice for y'all. All right. So what you're looking at right here is an identification card. I just got approved for a digital residency in a particular country. And what I blocked off personal information and stuff. So here's why this is important, right? With choke point forcing you to go to different places that they want you to go, this digital residency will allow you to get back on KuCoin, BingX, Mexi, all the places that you were locked out of. We can now get back on them. All right. This is a physical card. This particular country, so just like the Cayman Islands is a tax haven, Panama, there's a lot of countries that are tax havens for the wealthy. There's new countries that are going to be tax havens for the crypto wealth. All right. So that's the part where I tell you that I can't force somebody to buy a cold storage wallet or open a KuCoin account. Like I can't do that anymore because of opportunities like this. And I damn sure ain't gonna miss these opportunities. So if I'm in, y'all gonna have the information soon after. I just want to make sure that everything's on the up and up. So with this particular island here, you not only get the digital residency, but they also have the ability for you to get an address, a phone number. You could open up an offshore bank account with them. And then the president of that country is asking for business ideas. And guess who's got a couple ideas? See what I'm saying? So now we'll have places to go around the world where we can just basically, and this island is amazing. I'm telling you, some of the best scuba diving in the world. And that's what it's known for. There's not really much to do out there. So it looks like this president is definitely, like I said, it's a sovereign nation. So that's important. Now it's understanding where you can go around the world where you're celebrated, not places where they're trying to just take your shit from you. All right. So that's going to be a big piece. It's going to be a standalone package. So again, the plus to having that digital residency is you can start getting on these exchanges that we normally can't get on. So that means we can get back to trading. We can get back to copy trading. BingX has that 99% win rate still, right? I'm averaging just over 25% a month, compounding interest. With that one trader, we can get over to KuCoin. The only one that we can't get on is Binance, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else we know. So now what that's going to do is it's going to always give us the ability, because that's where the United States is going to kind of only show you particular coins. Canada has restrictions on how much crypto you could buy, which projects you could buy. So you're going to start to see this in a lot of countries. So they won't want you buying those big assets at some point. They'll block your ability, or they'll block how much you can put into those assets. So this is where you see people getting debanked now. So if your bank is offshore, what does it matter? What does it really matter? So what would be the price of that digital residence and that information? That's the shit I'm working on right now for you guys. All right. This group is gearing up to be exactly what I said 3 years ago when I first started. We're going to be we're going to be a digital hedge fund. Okay. And then when there's opportunity out there, it's presented, you in, you out, you out. The real play is getting a real live exchange. That's the real play right there. There is no way I told you that I'm not going to be part of create a product for the ecosystem. I'm just not going to be an investor. That's cool. You could definitely build a good life with that, but I need in. I need all the way in. So, with the amount of listen, look, you guys, some of you guys been on these calls when we only had how many people on this call? 210. You remember those days? It was like 10 of us on here, right, Wayne? Right? Were we not delivering for hours? Didn't matter. Even if nobody showed up, still had to record it and put it out there. So you see where this stuff is going right now. If you're not in the academy, I'm telling you, you got to get in. Put aside $600 for the year, block that shit out, and just know that you're on this ride for the next 4 years. And if you stay down, you get on these calls, you get on the members only calls, you watch the replays, you engage inside of the group, you will see how things will change for you financially. And not only that, but you'll have your ear to the streets, right? Because it's not just Champ giving information, it's not just Steve giving information, there's people in the group that know how to deep dive because we've taught them. So now they bring back opportunity. And that's the whole point of this group right here. If you run into an issue, don't go panicking, giving people your Bitcoin or, like signing up for wild stuff. Come back to the academy, post something, and watch everybody calm your ass down. That's why it's beneficial. And at $50 a month, you can lose way more by yourself out there, because those sharks, as the assets start to increase in price, the scams get more elaborate, right? The greed starts to kick in a little bit more. It's like, damn, Donald Trump made $39 billion. It's like, yeah, that's what they're doing, but act your wage.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? At your wage, you don't have the power that these guys have. But what these guys are doing is they're kicking in a door to get rid of the current financial system. And if you don't pay attention to any of the shit that he's rolling back, and you just pay attention to just minding your own business, you're gonna be fine because you won't need a handout. You won't need somebody. You won't need to apply to a job and say, "Oh, please," like you won't need any of that. At that point, you concentrate on your home and building your legacy with your family because it's their country and they can do whatever they want. And to be honest with you, I'm getting a little pissed off today with these people in my circle kind of crying about like all the DEI rollbacks and the affirmative action. And I'm like, yo, listen, they didn't give you that to benefit you in the long when you really think about it. You understand? All that stuff is our birthright. We don't need a law to decide whether or not we belong or whatever. If I run a company, I hire who I want. I hire who I want. If I see somebody if I see me inside of somebody and they happen to look like me, then that's who I go with first. That's just it. It's their America. Now, what are we going to do about it? March, this, that? No, the leaders of the past just didn't bring it all the way around because it was never about nation building. You know what I'm saying? They knew exactly where we were. They knew exactly what we stood on, and they knew exactly what to give us that wouldn't allow us to build without them. And you're watching it happen in Africa. Once you could start standing on your own 2 feet, you understand? You don't give up raw material anymore. What you do is you start to manufacture and then you sell and then you increase profits. You have more control. And that's the same blueprint that we should be following now. So when I hear that Chinese person the other day, it was the wildest thing I heard. It was like, yeah, Americans think they're free because they have opinions, but they have no choices. Think about it. Pandemic, you had some choices. Yeah, you had one or two choices, but it wasn't like free choices. You were stuck between a rock and a hard place. They will continue to do that with us. But for as long as you think you can go online and just post something, it's a land of the free. I don't know if y'all got the memo, but everywhere in the world is free. Yeah, act like it's America. Like this shit is over, right? This gimmick, this facade, it is bullshit. You know, no one taxes their people the way that this country does. So if we're finally getting on the wealth game, you have to understand one, how to run your own bank, how to diversify, how to preserve your wealth, and then how to keep growing that situation where you don't have to keep working for it. Because this country is built on debt, and they know that for as long as people keep taking out that debt, they're going to have to keep working to pay that thing back. And that's why they don't protect us. It's 30% interest on credit cards. How wild is that?
Insane.
So y'all gonna focus on everything that Trump is doing wrong, and you missing everything. He's defying all the rules right now and just taking it right back to the Constitution. That's just it. But the problem is we've never even read the Constitution, and most kids can't even read script. Pay attention to what's really happening, not what the media is telling you. They're gonna keep you guys in your feelings, not this group. You understand? And the one thing I would tell you, the 200 and something people that are on here that probably never rocked with us before, yo, the friends and family, just leave them alone.
Yep.
They only gonna weigh you down. And somebody has to be the adult in the room. So let them call you conspiracy theorists, let them call you Tin Hat Man, let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because you see what those boys are doing. And when you look at the guys that were standing behind Trump at that inauguration, it is the wealthiest, most powerful men and women in the world. So what is that telling you? Everybody hated him, right? Until he came back in power. And those tech guys run every aspect of the world. And they are going to continue to do it. It is a quest for trillionaires now. You understand? You're going to see a lot of multimillionaires, people who look just like us, common folk, who are like, yeah, I made 10 million, 20 million in crypto. Damn, how did you do that? I just paid attention. I paid $50 a month to this group, and everything they said came to fruition. And what's your biggest regret? I didn't put more money into it. So we're
Story of our
keeping
life.
our pulse, keeping our ears to the street. We listening to these guys. We're watching these guys. We're tracking their wallets. We're going to show you how to do the exact same thing. But like I said, I am not holding hands anymore. I'm on a buying spree. I'm plussing up. I'm dollar cost averaging. I'm ready to take profit. I'm looking at land. Everything. And you know what the problem is? Not even a problem. I've been working for this for over a decade, right? So researching international moves, researching international real estate. And the minute that I say something, it always comes to fruition. So when I said, listen, I'm done with United States and real estate, what I do, I sold right at the right time. That's somebody else's problem now, right? And the reason I did that is because every time I looked at a bill, electric bill went up, water bill keeps going up, sewage keeps going up. My dumpsters were going up in price. My taxes kept going up. My insurance kept going up. How much rent can I charge? So now you got guys selling you on real estate, and they're not telling you that the cost bases aren't the same anymore.
Yeah.
And then the prices of the real estate are going up. So that's what you're chasing the value, but you're not looking at, I mean, there's gross and then there's net. And then there's peace of mind. What Detroit real estate did for me was it kept my pulse to my ear close to the common people. It showed me that people were making $987 a month in Social Security in this country. How? My cheapest apartment was $750. Oh, I could pay that. How? That's not even including the food. So I just ran what my expenses were. Imagine their expenses, the rent, cost of food, utilities, right? It just didn't make any sense anymore. Every contract that I called that came out, I'm talking about $250 call now per hour. It didn't matter what I needed because they had to keep up with the cost of living. I saw the writing on the wall. Now, when I'm looking at emerging markets, I'm looking at like $20 a day for a chef. You pay taxes one time, and then the next time you pay is when you pass it along to somebody else. I'm like, that kind of makes sense. You will never have outright ownership in this country. And if you start looking at those laws that are on the books right now, guys, I think that the reset button is here. It's a matter of everybody just getting in position and fixing your paperwork.
100%.
So that's another piece that we have with Paths to Freedom. We're working alongside her, get her program tightened up. And then, we'll start to bring you guys into the fold. We bought on Sonia. Sonia's been showing love out of love, just managing some aspects for us on these calls in the chat. Uh, Over at AI Visionaries Network, she's just been holding us down. I have Lance, if you want here, just unmute Lance. I got to get him a background too. So Lance is a good friend of mine. Lance is an incredible individual, just a professional, just an overall great guy, man. I love him and his family. So Lance has been a big crypto guy, my guy. You're gonna see a lot of Lance too. Lance is coming on to be a contributor. He brings me shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the sort of relationship that we have. So, when I saw that today, he's just like, you know what? Let's just solidify this. He just said, yo, whatever you need from me, wherever you need me, I just need to, what did you say to me, Lance, today after I got off that call?
So we're running out of time. So wherever you need me, you put me in the game, coach.
And then why
I
why
said,
would
no,
you
I said, send me down the rabbit hole.
Lance is that rabbit hole guy,
Send me down the
right?
rabbit hole.
So, you got Champ that does what he does. We're just bringing on a team. This is our team of Avengers. Everybody has a skill set. Everybody has a particular way of doing things. So now you don't got to just hear me. You can get a different insight. Same ideology. I think we all line up, morally, principles are all there, but you're just going to get a different side of it. Lance, the way he deep dives into certain projects and his matter of fact way. He takes a whole hell of a lot of chances too, which I love. And now he knows like this is game time right now. So we're better together than once in a while talking. He sent me a play, Spotify, right? Is that what you sent me the other day?
Yeah,
The
butterfly.
agent
Yeah,
Spotify.
butterfly.
That man, within a day, I made $1,000 on that play. And that play is still small cap, but when you look at the project, I'm like, oh shit, that's it. So that's the type of stuff right there. So for me, it's like even for Champ, it's like by the time you consume the information to then try to get it out to people, just the system wasn't really connected quick. So we want to organize a little bit better when we have like certain spot day calls. how to do certain things, taking on roles where we can grab some 101s without everybody having to sit on the same page, where you could take some guys and say, hey, here's a cold storage Q&A. Oh, here's how to run the DEX plays and make sure you always have money on the sideline. What intrigued me the most about looking at those wallets for the investors in the Trump wallet, in the Trump project, was how many of them had, when you looked at their wallets, how many of them had like USDC, half of $400 million just sitting in the shit. So that means that they're waiting to on ramp. You understand? These guys are waiting to on ramp. Now, whether or not they pay for that stuff, that's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you're seeing a lot of things happening, is because these guys a lot of us are playing with profits. So it's quick for us to just swap now. Swap a profit out, get into a project immediately. You got to do the most. You got to go connect your bank account. Boom. You got to release that. You got to send the money over. You're new to Coinbase. They might hold it for 7 days. You will miss every opportunity messing with those guys, especially if you're using your bank account. Your debit card is a little bit quicker, but this is the time now that you infuse capital into the market. And even if you just kept the stable coin on your cold storage wallet, that's going to be a lot quicker. But the downside to it is you're going to be getting banged with fees every time you move the stuff around, but at least you get into the projects. So yesterday, when I was trying to get into that project or 2 days, yesterday, the slippage rate was crazy. At one point, it was like 27%. And I'm like, wait, so what that means, if you don't know what that means, is that they're charging that much, right? There's that much congestion in traffic. This is on a Solana network now.
Yeah.
That shit is bullshit over there. I don't care what anybody says. Right? So I waited about 5 minutes. I didn't FOMO in. That shit went right back down to 2%. And that was the difference between 10,000 more tokens. If I would have pulled the trigger at the 27 and been hyped, I waited. And it timed perfectly. My ID, I went to mint the ID. You can mint it on the blockchain. You know what the price was, champ, to mint it on the network fee? And it's on ETH
It's
to
on
mint the
ETH.
ID.
It was on ETH, and this was yesterday you tried it?
2 days ago.
2 days, Monday, a Monday, high volume, high traffic. It was probably around $150.
I wish I would have minted it twice, 10 times.
Ooh, $1,000?
Can't see it.
Listen, I can't see it. This is whack. $1,020.58.
Yo,
It had no value on it.
yo, ETH is trash.
That was the network fee. There was times I've seen, even if you moved $100, I've seen $2,000 fee before.
Yo, ETH,
If you don't
ETH.
know what we're talking about, you will soon understand. When we call these blockchains trash, is because we actually utilize them. You
Use them.
can't run an economy with those things. So when interoperability comes and projects are able to jump from one chain to another without losing any, no downtime or nothing, they're going to go to the people who have the lowest and the fastest blockchain. And we know who those guys are. And then that means new liquidity running over, because ETH should not be worth $3,000. That's why you never saw it pump. In this whole time during this, I wouldn't even call it a bull run yet. It didn't pump, right? Usually it's what? Bit,
Yep.
ETH,
And
and then alts, right? And now ETH is just an altcoin now. It shouldn't have even been where it's at.
what do we call them? Bitcoin and ETH, what we call them? Meme coins?
They're just meme coins at the end of the day. Yeah, it's just
Uproar, yeah.
it I tell people, all right, well, if it's that, then just invest in it, lock it up, you good. And they won't be bad investments either. Don't get me wrong. I just know the stuff that's going to change the world. And the big guys aren't talking about it just yet. But go look at who was at that inauguration. Go look at all the crypto guys who were there, the CEOs of those big crypto companies. And it's a telling sign. Go look at the guys who had dinner one-on-one with Donald Trump. Go look at that wallet that Donald Trump got with all that XRP in it that he was given. There's no rules and regulations, guys. It's the wild, wild west. So now you allow a bunch of cowboys who love money to control new money with no rules and no regulations. So it's not cryptocurrency. Oh, it's the stock market, right? It's Nvidia, it's Apple, it's Coin. Like what company? What's the emerging companies?
This is it.
Yeah, your money's gonna go way further in cryptocurrency. The problem is a lot of people just don't want to learn it correctly because you keep hearing the Bitcoin, the $100,000 Bitcoin. Bitcoin won't be 100K for too long. They're going to break that pricing down fractionally, similar to a stock split, to just give the impression that you're getting in at a better price. So they might even 1,000 to 1 Bitcoin. The next thing you know, oh yeah, it's a $10,000 Bitcoin. Nah, it's still fractional. That's exactly what they're going to do with that with Bitcoin. It really is just a huge psyop.
That's it.
Store value, guys. That's what it's there for. I don't have nothing against that particular asset, but if I had 100K right now, 0% will go to Bitcoin. Zero. Straight up. Protect those seed phrases. Tell you that now. My guy is on here. I'm not gonna call him out, but he knows he gave me a lot of gems coming from the law enforcement. And he was prepared because he took all the courses. He was like, shit, you guys should be going around teaching law enforcement. And really, at the end of the day, it almost looks like they're weaponizing private keys. So if they find this shit, they're gonna confiscate
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure.
That's what it sounded like in the end. And you can shake your head yes if I'm close to understanding what you were telling me. You want to shake your head yes or no?
No, I get it. They definitely weaponizing it. They taking it
I
for
was
sure.
waiting for a sign from him, but he ain't saying nothing. He ain't even moving. That's my guy though. Um, they're definitely going to weaponize the situation, guys. So you have to understand this. They're going to always tie. And then listen, let's be honest. When something's off the record and illegal activity, like this is prime for that. The way this industry set up,
Mhm.
because we just don't know who. There's no KYC really. That stuff is just now starting to materialize. So even with the Trump coin, you gotta know your customer on that one from the door. You're not just buying that coin right there. Um, so guys, we're gonna start to open up some DeFi talks, some Saturday morning, crypto talk. We got the AI situation, but look like everybody's kind of burnt on AI. But listen, Trump just put a whole lot of money into this AI stuff. So now you get those
$100 billion.
AI agents, those big call centers and things like that. This
Yep.
is the type of stuff. And you're trading against bots at the end of the day. So, you have to understand how that whole world works. You will never be able to keep up with the velocity of the way um, artificial intelligence and automation is just a driver. Even the stock market, for all my guys that trade, these dudes, by the time the bell ring, they done executed and got in and out before before the bell even finished sounding. This has been known in Wall Street. These guys are using like cables, fiber optic cables that we don't even have as regular people. So that gives them the competitive edge. So when I see Binance as a big holder, and then you get on these exchanges and you think you trade in future contracts, you trading against these guys that's holding the biggest bag of profit. So this is why they could dump on you every other day. You see, when Bitcoin goes up in price, what they say, oh, $300 billion was liquidated in future contracts. Who you think lost?
Wasn't them.
It wasn't them.
Definitely.
So you got to start understanding that game right there. Yes, we can make some good money in it, but that's why I go with copy trading. That's something that, Lance introduced me to that's the type of stuff that Lance be picking apart. So we hold each other accountable. Then he'll tell me like, I ain't get in. And I'm like, you told me about it. Let's go. So now we're creating that back and forth where it's just all execution, right or wrong. He bought the ID situation here,
Yeah, yeah, that's powerful right there.
but I had to jump on his back. Like, let's go.
Yeah, that's
And this type of stuff happens, when you put your card in and the card is not accepted, then next thing you know, you go about life. And if you don't have somebody holding you accountable, how many more days can you have went by, Lance, before you went back to it?
Easy a week. Yeah, it was frustrating, but nah, I needed that. I needed that push because it at least been a couple of days, if not a week.
Right. So now he's working on another country. And that's just the part is like, I can't carry it by myself. And I know I can't catch everything that's out there because I'm trying to, I'm spotting opportunities in different ways. So now when we start to bring on other people who are specializing in the sovereign movement and the protection, the preservation of the crypto. That's an important piece, guys. So you telling me at $50 a month, that insurance policy ain't worth it? should be charging way more, to be honest with you. That shit's gonna be locked up in a minute. Once this group gets to a certain number, it's gonna change. Y'all be locked up at that price point, but to never be seen again.
Mhm.
Because you're gonna pay $100,000 a year for the educational system and all that. And I'm like, this is crazy. You don't need financial aid at $50 a month. You don't need a whole loan and a half and carry debt and stuff like that. It's just not worth it. All our products we're gonna start accepting cryptocurrency now that you guys are sitting in profits and doing whatever. Uh, and then we'll probably end up just discounting the if you use crypto, we'll start to discount versus the fiat. We have to charge more on fiat. It's not worth anything. It's worthless. So that's how we work in it. All right, champ, what's happening out in the world right now?
Oh man, so much, but a lot is geared towards our new president. So Trump, he dropped the meme coin. Everybody seen it. Everybody seen the gains that came along with it. Everybody in the academy, you guys know we did not push that to you by no means, and with good reason. So again, I'm not anybody who sees this, who watches this, who's on the call with us, who's new. We don't push any and every single thing that just comes about, right? Everything that looks good isn't good, right? This was a strategic move by Trump and his family. It's unprecedented. We've never had a president, it's himself or at all, who's ever had a cryptocurrency been released. So not only did it put eyes on what his true intention was with this tenure, this next 4 years, he basically set the table as he already told everybody before he formally got back in office, right? So crypto is going to be your number one focus along with AI and automation, right? So today is mostly about those things. First things first was that coin. Steve gave you the caveat to that. It's not about the Trump coin because it was Trump, it was Barron, it was Kai, it was Melania in the span of 2 or 3 days, right? You got the whole family tree. They drop projects and all of them pumped. Everything outside of Trump and Melania, they dumped. Melania kind of tanked too, but you had so much congestion on the Solana network that Solana itself just tanked. The network was down for 2.5 hours while that was going on. It was just chaos. People couldn't figure out how to get into the plays, and it was just a mess. But that's what happens in cryptocurrency. When there's a hot moment, there's a hot narrative, everybody is chasing pumps, chasing green candles. But you know what Steve was doing? You know what Champ was doing? You know what the rest of the academy was doing? Sitting back like this, cooling, waiting, catching the dips, buying the real projects that had real world use case and utility. All the things that we teach you guys about. That's what the academy was doing. And we were getting better entries and stacking our bags for stuff that we know is going to pump and is going to have a sustainable use case, and you're going to make profit on it, period. Right? So the moral to that story is we're not telling you not to invest in certain things because people are going to do what they want to do at the end of the day. But just to be a straight shooter, we don't promote memes on the side because it's super dangerous. It's super risky. We've lost so much money in this space throwing money at that. Steve calls it lottery. He calls it lightning in a bottle, and with good reason, because you're seeing these projects pump 4,000%, 10,000%, 20,000% overnight, but then they tank. So it doesn't matter when you bought in. At the end of the day, you were the person getting dumped on. That's why we don't promote it. There's an actual reason why we do this. And we're gonna always stand on that because security and protection for you guys and everybody is vital for us. All right. That's our number one thing. We don't care. Everything else after that is secondary. You just got to make sure you're safe. All right. And then second part to this. So Trump, he had a announcement, right? Fox News aired it. And essentially he got up in front of the podium. He told everybody, listen, we're investing in a brand new project. They're going to invest 500 billion into AI, and they're partnering with OpenAI. That's Sam Altman. You got Oracle, and then you got Softbank. And the project is called Stargate. Now, what they're going to do is they're building all new AI infrastructure in the United States, and they're ready to deploy 100 billion of that 500 billion immediately. So this is going to create hundreds of thousands of jobs per Trump quote, right? So this is going to be really good for stimulating the economy. This is going to be for a great benefit. And this, again, lets you know he's coming in swinging his hammer on purpose. He told you before he got in, it was going to be AI and automation and cryptocurrency. And he's doing just that. So this is major news. I actually got an article for you guys. I'm going to drop inside the chat, but this will also be available in the replay um, in the description on YouTube. So that's the article. You guys can click onto it, open it, add it. And so even to add to that, there is so much that's going to be beneficial to the investor, right? If you're paying attention, if you're properly positioned. So AI comes with automation, but it also comes with AI agents. And there's going to be some projects that are connected already just through the banking aspect. One of them is going to be Ripple. So I always highlight Ripple because it's my favorite company and it's a great play, right? XRP, of course, is going to be connected to it, but I'm gonna show y'all something, and I'm gonna actually pull this on the screen. Give me 1 second. Just want to show y'all something. This is how valuable information is. There we go. All right, hopefully you guys can see this. Steve, give me a thumbs up if you can see that. Okay. All right. So this right here, you know, we always got receipts. So Softbank, which is who they're doing the partnership with on the 500 billion, one of the ex-directors of government affairs, Lauren Believe, she joined Ripple in late 2023 as the head of US public policy and government. And if you look right here, this is the proof right here. And she came from SoftBank. This is from her LinkedIn profile. So this just goes to show you when somebody tells you something and it's a nugget, it's easy to go out there and verify the information. You just literally have to go out there and you have to seek it. You have to put the puzzle together because they're not always going to tell you why it matters and why there's certain people from both companies that's going to be kind of spearheading things. So I wanted to highlight this for two reasons. One, because there's a lot of newbies on the call. One of the plays that I always like to give is my favorite digital asset. It's not financial advice. This is just for educational purposes only. XRP. You can get it on multiple exchanges. I know a lot of past family. Tamika pushes it a lot because she's hip to it. It's a nugget. I want everybody to stack your bags, but you do with that information what you will. All right. Also, Trump signed a ton of executive orders already, and he's not going to stop. There's so much more that's going. So right now, I think I counted maybe 20, 21 executive orders that I was able to find. And again, this also I'm going to provide for you guys. There were executive orders for ending the weaponization of the federal government, restoring freedom of speech, which is definitely needed because, listen, we use social media all the time, and this is how we pass information back and forth. I don't get caught up in the nonsense, right? People can say whatever they want to say, words are words. Information and stopping information from being free flowing, that's the most important part. And in this space, it's going to be two things. You get information from other people, which in turn means community. And then, of course, you get it here from Skyton Academy. Now, when we're passing this information back and forth, of course, lines are going to get crossed. People have different opinions, whatever the case is, right? But when you have a third party or you have a centralized player that's coming in and they're literally blocking out what you're saying, or they're saying that certain things aren't valid when there could be 100% true, that ain't it. You need information to be solid and free flowing. So I'm gonna drop this link for you guys, but there's so many. It's a Twitter thread and it's super long, but there's about 30 um, executive orders that he's already signed in place. And let's not forget, we're gonna take it back just a little bit. 2017, the first president to sign an executive order on digital assets and building it was Trump. So Trump is not new to cryptocurrency, and this is one thing that people always forget. They just never knew. Back in 2017, he signed Executive Order 13772. That itself was what he planned on doing right now, but he wanted to do that at his during his last tenure. This time, there's nothing stopping him. He has all his players in place. 250 pro crypto uh, personnel in place. And with all those personnel in place, he has four people right now that literally can be adopted to Senate. Right? They're in the runnings for it. So there's going to be new blood, there's going to be new players and new announcements that are soon to come in these next couple of days. So the highlight about all of this is you have to pay attention when he speaks. Everybody, I'm not telling you guys that you have to like him, you have to love Trump or whatever, but this is the most powerful person right now, and he's telling you where the opportunities are lying. The same way he got on Fox News and he told everybody about the $500 billion investment, he's going to continue to give you guys information that is going to be solid for you to be in position to know where you need to be. And when you have information, you can make well-informed decisions. All right. So that's the most important that I wanted to basically break down for you. Um, Also, Steve touched on this with the WorldLiberty Liberty coin. So with the WorldLiberty Liberty coin, we dropped this information months ago. I'm looking at it, the post that we put up in Skyton Academy. It was literally 3 months ago. And I gave it on, I think it was like a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And I was telling everybody on Monday that they're doing the Twitter spaces and that this coin was going to be available for everybody if you were an accredited investor. Now, the reason this matters is because today you can go on to the link that we dropped. And Sonia, thank you for dropping that again. Steve dropped that link multiple times. You guys have the information, you have the access to it, and you don't have to be accredited. You can get it now. You no longer have to be accredited. But we gave that information when it was a pre-sale, when it was a pre-token sale. So now, not only if you leverage what you create and make in cryptocurrency and you grow your bag, you grow your status, you get accredited. Once that's done, now you're able to get into certain projects way early than the masses, which means you're able to get it at prices that are way, way lower. So now everybody else that comes in when they have a regular public sale and it's 5 cents per coin, it may be a little higher. Last I checked was a couple hours ago, but at 5 cents, imagine what the people was getting in at pre-sale. It might have even been hundreds of a penny. This is the part that we stress to you guys. It's not just about what meets the eye. You have to leverage everything around you. You have to use everything around you to your benefit. Because if you do this thing right, you will be handsomely rewarded. And this next 4 years is prime time. There's no other time in history that will ever have another transfer of wealth like this, ever. So playtime is over. And when Steve says he's out, he means it. And the reason he's telling you that is because he's building. Lance, the same thing. Lance is bringing gems that sometimes that I would probably bring, and I can't bring them because we're doing so many other things. So as we bring and we form Voltron, you're gonna now see the power of community, the power of information, and how fast it flows. But you can't sit on information. You have to act. You literally have to hear the information, process it, boom. And a lot of this stuff, truth be told, you gotta lean on your discernment. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is one, tapping in with information, having a foundation, having a structure, knowing what you're supposed to be looking out for. What's the red flags? What's the pros and cons? How to assess certain things. So when that information comes to you, you know what to do with it. So we got so much more for you guys. And that's really it, man. I ain't want to talk you guys to death tonight, but pay attention. There's going to be much more information that comes out. And I'm telling you, they do this all the time. It's the World Economic Forum right now, also going on in Davos, Switzerland. This is when all the key players, all the presidents, world leaders, etc., they all meet in Switzerland, Davos. They have this thing called the World Economic Forum, and they meet and they discuss high level topics and finance, right? That's always on the agenda. Finance. Interoperability is the play. Central bank digital currencies is the play right now, is the talks today. And then they're also talking about digital assets and world regulation. So when you have world regulation coming, that's the last key to the puzzle. The only thing they were waiting for is rules of the land. That's regulations. Once we have world global rules and everybody can follow it, this is when all your big Fortune 500s, all your big behemoths, everybody who got super, even governments are nothing but big businesses, right? With huge amounts of capital. This is going to give them the green light to be able to come into this industry, and they're going to drop bags on main projects, and they're not going to be meme coins like Trump. They're going to be actual projects that solve real world problems. That's another nugget. This is why the 1%, for those of you who've been with us, this is why it's so vital. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is why getting inside Skyton Academy is so important. Sonia, please drop that link for me. Everybody needs to be enrolled. Everybody needs to be front and center and paying attention. I can't say this with any more conviction.
Yeah, now this is good. This is good. I'm gonna drop the link to the shit. I'm gonna drop the link to the talk earlier.
Got you. Okay.
Did you accept it on Skype?
I did. I was tagged. Both was tagged. You should I don't know if you can, but if you can do the collaborator, do the collaborator.
No, I did that. That's why I'm asking. Did you accept it?
I did the tag one. Hold on, let me go on there and check.
Yeah, guy. Keep an alert out. Keep your notifications on. We're gonna be doing a lot of lives just to keep information flowing online. Yeah, you can tap your friends and family one more time. Don't push them, just tap them. And if you get any sort of yeah, I'll be there. All right, you got it. That's your cue right there. Exit stage left. Stay on course. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna be their bailout. Don't say much either. Just keep it real quiet. Don't say much. They're gonna be looking towards you. Oh, why didn't you tell me? Oh, like it's always gonna be a something.
Yeah.
There's not gonna
Listen,
be another opportunity like this ever in history in our living time.
absolutely. And please, guys, do not share what your bag is, what your like the amount of coins that you're holding in different projects and showing your wallet and all that. That's not a flex, right? That's a security violation. Real talk. We tell you, we teach you guys all the time about protecting your assets. Why would you broadcast what you have? You waving a big sign telling everybody, hey, I got a million XRP. Come rob me. You're putting yourself in harm's way. And you're literally going to be engulfed by the nonsense. These hackers don't care who you are. They don't care about your age. They don't care if this is the last of your legacy that you put into this thing. They're coming for it. And this thing called social engineering is super real. You get a text message to your phone, you might click on it. You see a random, get a random call. They're using AI right now to be able to steal people's voices and their pitch activity and all kinds of things. You click on something, a random email that you might get. Now you have spyware or malware on your computer, and it can see all your keystrokes. I'm telling you guys, I've seen it happen for multiple years. Steve said it best. The more that this space gets attention, the more these hackers and the schemes are going to get elaborate and better. And you are going to be victims. Please do not set yourself for that. That's why you guys should have started off with the 5-part foundation. That's why. This is why foundation is important. Everything outside of that gets built on top of that. But you must start there.
Yeah, no, this is dope. So listen, I just dropped the Instagram link for that live. It's a dope one.
Okay.
Definitely watch that. Lance and Sonya, I gave you guys the updated backgrounds with the names on them. I dropped it in Zoom, so if you want to grab that before we get off the call. All right, yeah, nah, shit. I think we good.
Yeah, nah, we definitely good.
We have a
Guys,
members only call coming up.
we do tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all of our Skyton Academy members. The link has already been sent out to you guys. Of course, we'll send out proper notifications. Um, we definitely can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna discuss it. We're gonna get things right. So we want everybody, if you listen, if you haven't joined already, here's your opportunity. And if you guys join today, you can be a part of the call tomorrow. So, you know, We definitely welcome you guys with open arms.
And guys, listen, if you're making purchases on things outside of the $50, don't use a different email. Keep everything in the same email address. I have never seen a generation that makes so many mistakes on just emails. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, or one letter off. It's like it causes a problem for us in the background. Just keep all your emails, give us one email, and only use that email address. The problem I see too is a lot of you guys are just using mobile phones only. Go buy a damn computer. Sit at it. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? This mobile stuff is going to be your downfall because you're rushing, you're in the gym, you're here, you're there, you're one click buy. It's like the convenience of it. Nah, you running your own bank. You ever go to the bank? Are they using mobile phones or are they using computers? There's systems. It forces you to sit down. It forces you to lock into your network, not Starbucks, not Target, not open networks, not on the fly, not on the T-Mobile network, not on the AT&T network, your own private network at home. $200, $300 computer from Best Buy. If you ain't in it for wealth and that's a bit nut for you, then so be it. You know, just keep doing what you're doing with the mobile phone. But it is one of the wildest things that I see that people do all day is think that their whole life could operate on this mobile phone. You just I'm just telling you, our courses are better served on the desktop and laptop, and for many reasons. But next month we'll have a more mobile friendly situation, but it's just more so to get alerts and things like that, not for you guys to think that every purchase has to be on here. Then when you download something, it's like you don't know where it goes in your phone. It'd be one thing if y'all knew how to work it, but it's like you're just one click buying everything. You think everything's like Amazon, it just shows up to your door in a day or two. It don't work like that. I have people that call after 3, 4 months. They like, oh, I can't find a course. They never opened it. They just bought it. It went to their phone, and somehow no one can find anything in that phone. When you get PDFs from us, what you need to start doing is you need to start downloading it and buy a separate hard drive in your house and put all that information in there, right? Because if we ever shutter these doors, you better make sure you have everything that you need on the way out. Because this right here, as much as I would like to think it's forever, I'm stepping away to certain aspects of it. And you think when we start doing bigger projects and things like that, you think I'm gonna come back and try to onboard people? Yeah, right. I'm gonna be on this velocity train right here because I'm trying to chill. I told Lance, I was like, listen, we get these plays, we set them up, but I'm not looking to be no corporate tycoon. They could have that. Just give me what I came for and let me just sit on somebody, on my farm and beach property and just be. That's it. And if I want to turn the internet on, then I just go ahead and inside of a private area and I'll turn the internet on and I'll pop back on again. But outside of that, nah, you ain't gonna see me out there. No post, no nothing. So when the screen go black, you're gonna be like, damn, that brother did say he was gonna do that. And I pray that everybody gets to that point where you could just have peace in your life. You don't have to wake up and go to work. You don't have to worry about a bill. Everything's paid for. You don't owe no taxes. You might want to denounce your U.S. citizenship because you still tied to them. This shit nutty, man. Like buying your freedom is. I thought that was. I knew it was difficult, but I didn't know it was gonna be like this. Like this is like slave work here. It takes so much just to make money nowadays. And in the minute you go buy something, it's so quick to come out of your hands, right, champ?
What?
Fixing up some shit now. I'm like, wait, what? You ain't got time to think about that price. It goes right back out.
Immediately.
It's a lot of energy to make money, man. But look at the way these guys are printing money off of things that have no case use. But good for him and good for his family.
Mm-hmm.
God bless America, man. This is the time to be alive in this country, boy. I'll tell you, if you just get out of the personal shit and you just start looking at this shit for the business it is, just think about it. You could make $1 billion in a day. What? This guy's in real estate and he'll tell you, he's like, yo, they release it. I don't know. I'm like, what? Let me work on those coins for you.
Word.
Have a little bag on the way in and out. I
I
would
know.
definitely go to that administration and take a job. That'd be the only job I'll do.
Yeah.
Straight up. Put me in some crypto czar, make me something. Because I know exactly who I'm gonna go after. I'm cooking all those fees. Like, listen, y'all not gonna be doing that, or you're not gonna be in business.
Straight up.
$25. Coinbase has got this thing with $25. It's like, yo, how much money do you think that company sits on? Every time you move something, they want to take $25. And that's every second they're taking $25 from somebody. And they try to get me for that. Y'all seen the screenshot? They try to get me for $1,000.
$1,000, man. ETH is wild.
It's a network fee. But I tried to move 100 one day and it was $2,000. I still have that screenshot too.
I remember that. That was from the whales, the killer whales. Yeah.
I couldn't even get on the show. Like I still haven't watched the full show yet. So I just tell you that when there's a lot of volume going to projects and in Solana, I've never seen slippage rate that's high on Solana before. They ain't built for it.
Nah, it's not. But that's the gem behind it. All of them was released. All Trump, Melania, Barron, all of them was all released on Solana's network. Now, the twist to that is it's part of the Made in USA coins. So they created watch lists. A lot of these cryptocurrency exchanges created a Made in America watch list. And they also are stemming from Trump saying that he's going to have there's no capital gains tax on any cryptocurrencies made in the United States. So, of course, they launched on Solana and they're about to have ETFs for Solana and all things, right? So a lot of that stuff is going to kind of trickle back in house. But again, it's not that network is not built for this type of scalability. It's not made for that. It's not going to happen. You're seeing it. Just imagine if the whole world would have had access to the Trump coin and all the exchanges had it at the same time, and then he publicly announced it and then launched it. Solana probably would have been cooked. It still probably would have been back up right now.
Ah, damn.
It's
That's
like
crazy.
it just ain't it. It's other blockchains and other ecosystems that exist, and they're going to trump it. You gave one to everybody, sweet. So that's definitely a game changer, right?
Yeah, that's the last project on this call though.
Got you. So look, that's a gem. Like I'm a chill on that.
Sweet. I mean, it's a good blockchain, guys. It's under $5. That's the Solana killer. It has all the makings of that. It's the same way we call Solana at $22, and now it's wherever it's at. Like there's first in, first out. Put it that way.
Yeah.
You're going to see some new tech companies. That's why it's important to keep your pulse on things because now it's going to get into quantum computing. There's going to have to be higher levels and higher grades of security. This is when you get into the other blockchain that we've pushed a lot on people, and it's still under 50 cents, and nobody's accumulating that situation. But no problem. No problem. Just what you need to do is just find ways to cut back on just everyday spending. You know what I'm saying? The Starbucks every day, that shit adds up. When you look at all the subscriptions for television, just cut them. Just cut them. Use that money to dollar cost average into something. Because you think about it, $100 on some of these projects can get you 200-300 coins. As thing starts being 500, it's the gift that keeps giving. All right, we'll take the two questions. Eat Princess, and then I know Rocket's gonna hit us with some shit, man.
All right, Rocket.
Rocket be acting like he don't know all things.
He be knowing.
I know. You need to make statements, Rocket, not questions. But go ahead. Princess, where you at?
Greetings. How are you?
Amazing. How
How
you
you
feel?
doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, listen, so I'm just getting started. I'm going to do, a payment tonight. So for someone who's just getting started and really do not have anything to put toward anything, I mean, like none of the accounts that you just mentioned, which one do you recommend for me to invest in that's going to give me the quickest ROI so that I can take that money, like kind of flip it like we do real estate, and then do another investment. So that's actually going to bring. So really what I'm doing is I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul for your program. So that means that I need to find a quick ROI. Which one do you recommend that I do in order to get that quick return so that I can start investing in other cryptos?
That's going back to the dollar and a dream situation. Like everything that we invest in is literally like I'm not touching till 2030.
Mhm.
Listen, here's the thing. Within the first 100 days of this administration, they're looking to have the framework wrapped around cryptocurrency. Like Champ told you, the framework was already set up during Trump's first administration. So now that he has the more polished team, remember when Trump first got elected the first time, he didn't even know anything about like politics at all.
At all.
So he didn't know he had to put together a team. They were trying to find people last minute. This time around, he had everybody already set while he was running his campaign. So once you have everybody lined up, these are all pro crypto people. So that means that there's really not much that's going to miss. But if you look at it as flipping, you might be selling an asset that could change your life in
Right.
6 to 8 months.
Right.
Say we don't really play that game like that, because every single thing that we teach you in the academy is something that's going to benefit you. So whether it's a 0 APY on a credit card today, you'll be fine, even if they gave you 6 months, to be able to pay that thing back. Like, you'll be fine. So when you get in, we give you a quick sheet. And listen, let's be honest. Even if you put it in Bitcoin, it's secure. I mean, I don't see a retrace. I don't think we see a $50,000 Bitcoin the way these guys are controlling this thing.
Okay, so now last question. So with I heard Brother Champ say to go ahead and get the 5-part series when I get in. So now my question is, okay, so I understand that there's a $50 monthly fee for the membership. There's a $97 fee for the foundations, and then there's the 5-part series. So obviously I want to get all of them.
No. Listen, if you buy the $50 membership, the 5-part series comes with it. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's part of your membership. So don't double spend on that. Got
it. That's what I needed to know. And the foundation, what about that? Is that also included?
That's the foundation. It's called the Foundation 5-part series.
Oh, got it. Okay, I'm on track with you now. I got you.
So just for $50, you're going to get that, and then you're going to get more also, because the membership does include other courses and things like that. And then February, we're ramping up. You're going to we're just going to be dropping courses on you guys.
That's exactly what I needed to know. So I've been going crazy in the chat. You guys probably have seen me, but you answered all of my questions in just those 2 questions. So thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Okay,
all right. Well, welcome aboard. And hopefully we see you tomorrow. If you can't catch something live, there's always a replay for every, it's always in-house and posted the next day for the most part.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate you. All right, Rocket, man. What you got, man? You coming with a play or what? Unmute Rocket, man. Andrew's the last person.
All right, Rocket, talk to us.
Just a quick question, man. Obviously, as soon as you drop the link to the World Liberty,
I can't hear you. It sound like you got your hand over the mic.
Oh, you hear me better now?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, word. My bad. As soon as you drop the link, I'm trying to hop in the World Liberty coin. But right before it allowed me to purchase, it have to be a accredited investor. Is that something y'all can help us with? Or
are they still doing that? I thought they opened that up.
Yeah. As soon as I link my wallet, I moved some funds over to a hot wallet. I linked everything, and then they're saying that to go through they got to verify to make sure I'm an accredited investor. There's any way around that or not?
Oh, man, I don't know Trump yet.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I did a little bit of research, and I seen that it's on the Solana platform, like on a Phantom wallet. Do you recommend getting any of those? Or, I mean, I know how to check which one is which, but do you recommend go ahead and purchase it through the Phantom wallet instead?
I can't confirm that it's on the Phantom wallet, but if you see it there and you know the contract address, then do your thing.
Okay. Right. Word. Appreciate you. Love.
You know how to play in that space, so that's for you specifically. Like he said, grab the contract address and then verify on that side. Outside of that, because there's wild iterations. So just be careful.
For real. Yeah. Okay. Appreciate y'all, man. Big love.
My guy. Last one, Andrew, and then we're out of here.
Gotcha. All right, Andrew. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Andrew, go ahead and unmute yourself. All
right, you can wrap that. Let's take us out.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Lance, thank you for being a special guest. You know what I mean? A contributor, family, all that good stuff. Always a pleasure to see you. You guys are definitely going to be seeing way more of Lance. Lance, you want to say something to him before we head out?
Nah, man. Just looking forward to really grinding it out a little bit with you guys and knocking the ball out the park.
Let's get it.
We got a juggernaut coming on board now.
Absolutely.
This is gearing up to be nice.
All right. This has been episode 77 of .Connect Wednesdays. The replay will be available shortly. All of the links and certain things that we discussed on the call will be in the description below. I want you guys to subscribe to the channel. on YouTube, turn on the notifications, like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff, so we keep the engagement flowing, and send that to your friends and family. Let them kind of get a taste of Skyton Academy. All right. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all on the next one.